For those who don't know, one of the reasons why I created the For the Ferros series was for people to get to know the guy behind the videos and interviews a little more. This is as close as I will get to a blog. We have good debates, and y'all get to know some of the things I like to watch and enjoy. There are a couple of podcasts that I thoroughly enjoy. Occasionally, I listen to the Brilliant Idiots podcast featuring Charlamagne the God. And every week, I tune into the Joe Budden podcast. Got a lot of respect for the both of these guys and the platforms. Only reason why this is a topic of conversation is because I watch the both of them, to be honest with you. But I gotta call out some bullshit when I see it. And on both of these podcasts, in the last week, I saw some bullshit said. Tekashi 6ix9ine is the biggest conversation in music right now. He's a walking clickbait. His federal case is getting every media outlet views right now. Both Charlamagne and Joe said something that left me thinking, damn, y'all some hypocrites for that comment. Let's start with Joe. All right, on Joe's last podcast, Don't Be Afraid, Joe called out DJ Academics for reporting on Tekashi 6ix9ine and his case. Huh? I'm super confused. If you're calling out Academics for talking about someone in Tekashi who apparently they're friends, I'm fine with you saying that if he's trying to help out his friend, he probably shouldn't be speaking on that case with the platform that he has. He should probably leave it alone, alright? But to call Academics nasty for using his platform to give news is crazy to me. Pretty much you giving Academics blame because he's the biggest platform in hip-hop right now. TMZ hasn't stopped talking about Tekashi. Hot 97 literally makes a Tekashi video every day. And let me be clear, my outlet and a lot of other outlets who got over 100,000 subscribers in the YouTube space and a decent following, we talk about Tekashi a lot. I'm just being honest. I ain't got no reason to lie. Hell, Joe, in the same podcast you called out Academics, you and your team, salute to Marl and Rory, y'all spent at least 30 minutes discussing this kid's case. Hell, y'all got a separate video from that podcast entitled, Will Tekashi 6ix9ine Snitch? How is that not making light of a federal case? Y'all have a video entitled, Will Tekashi 6ix9ine Snitch? I'm not the guy to take up for Academics. I don't even know the guy, never had a convo with the dude. But he does, to a degree, represent a community that I take part in. And I'm just going to call it how I see it. More times than not, y'all use Academics as y'all scapegoat because he does more views than everyone else, all right? Y'all benefiting too. Y'all benefiting off Tekashi name and a lot of other situations that have took place in our culture that we've ate off from a view standpoint, but y'all blame Academics because he does the most views. Now let's swing over to Charlamagne. This is literally the craziest thing I heard all week. So Charlamagne and his co-host of the Brilliant Idiots podcast, Andrew Schultz, got into an argument over Tekashi and his claim to fame, and was everything worth it? Everything Tekashi did, all the trolling, all the beefing on social media, was it worth it? Charlamagne argued it wasn't worth it. Listen, I don't advise anyone to go the route of trolling and beefing to make it, but I gotta at least tell the truth about the situation, alright? That's why y'all come to me. 6ix9ine is nowhere near one of the better artists of his generation. He's one of the more popular ones though. If you would have told a kid, a broke kid in the hood at that, in 18 months, all you gotta do is troll the internet, beef up your security, and make decent records, you're gonna have $1.7 million in your bank account, have a single with Kanye West and Nicki Minaj, and soon to have the #1 album in the country. I think every kid in the hood would take that opportunity based off what we're given in our hoods and the lack of opportunities a lot of us have as is. I'm reading into this kid's case. Outside of the Casanova situation, it wasn't the beefing with rappers that got Tekashi 6ix9ine a racketeering charge. It was the fact that him and his team couldn't put down all the other street shit in the process. That's what got them jammed up. And they had informants in their crew. If there's anyone in the world who would know about taking chances like that, wouldn't it be you, Charlamagne? I mean, legit, your claim to fame was a segment called Donkey of the Day, a segment in which you called out others for doing or saying something stupid that day. You put yourself in countless situations, which is spicy commentary during interviews and the radio show. If someone asks you, Charlamagne, a guy who in his book said he was broke and on his mother's couch before the Breakfast Club was put together, if someone said, would you do everything all over again to become a New York Times bestseller? To me, y'all got the most popping platform in the culture with the Breakfast Club in the last decade at least. If someone asked you, Charlamagne, would you do everything you did and not change a second of it? In my humble opinion, and I can't speak for you, maybe you got a different answer. In my humble opinion, I believe you would do it all over again. What's up, y'all? It's yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO. This is episode 14 of the For the Ferros series. Yeah, I'm just looking at it like, yo, salute to Joe Budden and salute to Charlamagne. Respect y'all platforms. But I just feel like both of y'all got it wrong in the last week. It was on my mind enough to make an entire podcast about it. We're going to be doing more of these in the future. We're going to be doing, look, if it's on my mind, I'm going to come do a podcast about it. I'm going to be doing some giveaways in the next couple of days as well. So I can't wait to talk about stuff like this and more. Listen, Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, it's bad, bruh. It ain't looking good for the kid, man. It looked like his own team had it in for him. It looks like they were going to super violate him. It looks like he has no friends. He disowned his set. I mean, he denounced the set. I mean, what can you say about this kid's case? It's bad, and he's going to at least be locked up until bare minimum September 2019, probably longer than that, because he ain't got a bail, and the judge is looking to throw his ass away for at least a few years, minimum 30-year sentence, and that's if he don't snitch. With all that being said, I still disagree with Charlamagne, though. Man, look. I know people who are down bad, or I've known other people to be down bad. Hell, we all go through it from time to time. I know rappers that are itching for their one spot, that one shot at it to make it in the rap game. So to just sit around and say, yo, a guy who's struggling, he does music, he's got a 9 to 5. If you're going to tell this dude, look, bro, go on this internet and troll niggas, go beef with rappers. Hell, I know artists who do that right now. They just ain't got the attention and clout that this kid with the rainbow hair and the 6ix9ine on his head from New York had. Like, I know artists who do that right now, right? Let alone if I'm going to be able to tell you in a year from now, you'll have a 1.7 million in your bank account, be one of the most known rappers, have a target on your back, but you can pay for security. I'm sorry, bruh. I don't know what world that you got guys living in where they're that far removed from reality, or they're that far up financially to not be able to think back to when they were down. I'm sorry, bruh. 95% of the people I know are taking that opportunity no matter what target is put on their back. I know dudes taking a lot less chances, right? They're not going to end up with $1 million in their bank account, but still got targets on the back with some of the risks that they're taking. You mean to tell me you don't believe these kids, some of these artists would take that risk? I disagree with Charlamagne. And for Joe to come at his man's academics like that, look, I ain't mad at it. I get it. Academics and Tekashi seem like there's some sort of friends or some sort of a bromance going on there. That's what I see when I be on his Instagram. It is what it is. I get that they're friends and you think the friends should probably stay away from the situation. But Joe tried to spin it like Act shouldn't be talking about Tekashi at all, in which I just listened to you guys on this podcast do a deep dive on this man's situation. Y'all niggas talking about how long you think he gonna get, all type of stuff. Will he snitch? How is that not, to me, pushing the narrative negatively about Tekashi? How is that any different from what Ack is doing? Y'all give academics more credit because he has this level of clout in the community, in the hip hop space. You know, say what you want. It's a certain level of credibility that he has accumulated over time, and people get mad when these people who you want to be a credible outlet in the culture, you think they're being biased. It's the reality of the situation, but in all likelihood, the reason why Academics is called out and used as a scapegoat is because he does views than a lot more people. So I ain't rolling on either, bruh. And I'm going to continue to enjoy these podcasts. I'm going to check both of them out this week when they drop. But to act like Tekashi 6ix9ine is this rare guy that took an opportunity that most rappers wouldn't take, that's just not true. A lot of these kids would take that opportunity. And to act like Academics is in this world by himself, the only guy talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine, it's not true. Charlamagne, you took risks like that. And Joe Budden, sir, you talk about 6ix9ine on your platform pretty much every episode as well. I'm sorry, it's the reality of the situation. Nothing but respect to the both of you guys. But that's why we've created this platform. It is the For the Ferros series. I want you guys to talk to me in the comment box below. What y'all think about the two things that I brought up here on my platform in this episode in regards to Joe Budden. Simply, he said Academics shouldn't be speaking on the Tekashi case and how he's using the Tekashi case to further grow his brand. I think Joe's doing that. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that one. And in Charlamagne's situation, he said flat foot, Tekashi took risks that he wouldn't have took, and that it wasn't worth it in his regard. I disagree with that one. Y'all tell me what y'all think. It's just great conversation here on my platform. That's all we trying to do. Happy holidays to you and yours. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Thank you so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
Got the kids, they you are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now,
Mr. TALIAFERRO. Mr. TALIAFERRO. Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.